sounds weird.
Hi. Hey. Hi.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody. We
We
decided to go with a little shorter intro today, so you didn't have to wait quite so long to see us.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for short intro.
Yeah, let us know if you like the big long countdown with the waffles and stuff. Gives you time to realize we're going live and join us. Let us know, or if you like the fact that we just
crash landed in like
boom coming in hot. We'll do that today too. We did discover one problem is normally we take advantage of that time to start sharing
our stuff and things on our Dealy Wobbers.
Did you find it? Did it come up? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it came up.
I got it.
Sorry,
Did you like my title for the morning?
I didn't even see it.
You didn't even see it?
I'll see it here in a second.
I thought it was pretty appropriate.
Dun dun dun.
You'll see it. I'm getting the thing with the stuff.
The thingy bobbers and the thingamajigs.
Yeah, so that's all fun. We're going to get this out there so the people know we're here. Boom, boom, boom.
Mine did something
bam,
weird.
Bam. Got it. I win.
Yeah,
I shared it
definitely
to
won.
I shared it to mine and 5 groups.
Not in good shape right now. It's not working.
So hey, we're just hanging out.
Doc?
We're just hanging out today. And
did you fall festival this weekend?
let me think. What did I do? No, I didn't. I didn't do any fall festival. I took a COVID test. I'm not COVID positive, but
I'm positive you got something going on.
I've definitely got something going on. Some allergies or something is in there. So no, we had a leader training at church Saturday morning. So we did that, and then I mowed quickly Saturday afternoon. Yeah, right before the gully washers showed up, so that was well timed. You may not have gotten one.
I must not have.
Yeah,
I don't think
it was here and there, but it rained hard for about an hour.
Really?
Yeah. So our wonderful new landscaping from Keith Snyder came in very, very handy.
Keith,
he did a great job. So he's going to bring me some rock too. I'm looking forward to getting some rock.
This whole weekend is blurbed together.
It always
I can't
does.
remember anything about anything.
Saturday night we went. At Nathaniel Green Park, they've got the Japanese gardens.
I've always wanted. Well, it's been a couple of years since I've been able to participate in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can go to the Japanese garden anytime
yeah,
and walk around and see it. Well, they had their annual, Sister City Festival thing.
Japanese Fall Festival.
Yeah, we went to that. So I guess I did.
You did Fall Festival then.
It was horrible. We hated every minute of it. It was terrible.
What?
Why? Not good. Well, one, there were people everywhere, which was...
It's a very big deal.
It was ginormous. We thought, they're doing a sword demonstration. We'd like to see that. We've got some, background in that.
And weaponry.
We'd like to see that. So we went for that. It was not a sword demonstration.
Oh, it was more like
It was a comedy show.
Oh, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Like if you're thinking you're going to see some cool...
Yeah.
Knife battles.
Yeah.
And you see a comedy show.
It was not so much that.
It's all about your frame of mind.
And then there was just a whole lot of not my tribe kind of people hanging out there. So that was...
It's a really busy deal because in Springfield they have the Japanese Fall Festival. Mm-hmm. They have the Greek church has its Greek festival. And then...
I want to go to that one.
That's a hoot.
Yeah.
Get a euro. And then...
Spankatopia?
Yeah. What? Like what?
I don't know how to say it.
Oh yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, they have that too. I was like, I was like, the movie. What's that? There's an animated movie. I can't think of it. Zootopia. I was like, Zootopia. No, it's not like Zootopia.
Top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the layers with the cheese and the stuff. And
it's good.
So then they have C's, the St. Elizabeth Seton Harvest Home Festival, which I call a Catholic Fest.
Catholic Fest.
And people roll their eyes at me, but I mean that in an endearing way.
Sure, of course.
And then they have like Wickman Gardens as their thing. So it's like the Springfield Festival weekend.
So did I miss all that?
I guess if you only went to that. Well, I didn't go to any of it because I was busy.
That was all this weekend. And then we had a family couples shower for Keaton and Dory.
For some reason, I thought about those crazy kids this morning and thought, when are they getting married?
It's in November.
And then I thought, is Keaton being a bridezilla? Like, is Keaton...
Keaton? No.
I was going to say, is he one of those people that's involved in the wedding or not?
I really don't know.
I just wondered. I need to ask Keaton.
But, we had to, we got him some gifts.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And so I was trying to be very, very thoughtful. And Why do you laugh?
I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
So, I realize one of the things that I think a lot of young men run into when they get married is you wind up with all of these pillows on your bed that
maybe
you're unsure of their purpose. And apparently they're decorative only. You're not allowed to sleep on them.
They are decorative only.
The throw pillows. And so I thought I would help. And so I bought them a throw pillow. I got a throw pillow for Keaton specifically.
I'm at a weird angle. I'm gonna adjust. Okay, keep going.
It's in the shape of an AR-15 rifle.
No, you did not.
I totally did.
Oh, worship.
And I got him that, and I think it was the hit.
I think that was the thing to do.
I think it was the show.
The way my mic was, I couldn't look at you.
Yeah, so we could probably.
It's like. There we go. Might be better. This is the first time I've used this mic.
Yeah.
And it's like, usually it's, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, for some reason I thought about that. It's probably because I was scrolling through Facebook. But I was like, I could see Keaton being one of those guys that wants to be involved in the wedding planning, right? Because he plans events for
that's true.
His career.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna talk to Keaton about it. Or maybe I should talk to Dory.
You could talk to Dory about that. She's...
Because Jesse had like 2 requests at the wedding. I want this and this and everything else. He's like, do what you will.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah,
weddings.
I don't think I really cared that much.
Wedding, I can only imagine.
Actually, we had a very interesting wedding in one way, and probably nobody would notice it unless you think about it. But we had no music.
None.
In our wedding.
None.
So
you're just like, nope.
We had I think she hated. My wife does not like that song that the brides use, the bridal march thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Mainly because I think people used to say, "Here comes the bride, big, fat, and wide." And
that's fair. Yeah,
she's like,
You don't really hear that song much anymore.
She comes walking in to go into the chapel. That was her.
Oh, fun
her thing. And then I think we had a recessional, which I know it was a big one.
That was it. No music in the middle.
But no singing, no special music.
No pause to have Aunt Peggy sing.
No, none of that.
Fair enough.
It was almost what we used to call the Native American wedding ceremony. Mm-hmm. You got them. You want them. You got them.
You have it. There you go. It's yours.
You want them. You got them. No, our wedding was about 17 minutes long. And
our wedding was not long either.
Done.
We had a song that we walked into. All of us walked into the same song. The bridal party, and then my Uncle Joe played piano though, like leading up to the wedding because he's a beautiful pianist. So. That happened, but there was no pause. I mean, once it started, it was on the path to marriage and
get
then
her done. Yep, that's the way to do that.
Off we went to the reception.
Yep, that's what. Well, and Dory is now the librarian here.
Yes, that's right. I saw that.
I can't remember what building she's at.
I can't remember either.
But and then we were like, oh, you're the librarian, like Madam Librarian, and she's like, what are you talking about? She's never seen The Music Man. So
it's been a long time since I've seen it.
She didn't know that song, and so we're gonna have to educate her on that one. We decided at some point she's going to have to watch The Music Man starring Robert Preston.
So she knows about the song.
Well.
Or just in general. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Only because we told her.
There you go.
But, that was kind of our weekend. And now I'm in sales mode because it's FFA.
I got to order something from you.
Meat and cheese and cookie sale.
I need to look at your variety of meats and cheeses.
I have it in the truck.
And cookies.
We'll take a look at that. I'll try to bring it Thursday, too.
That's a good idea.
But I've got it today, and I said I need it today and Thursday. So
I did something I've never done before this weekend. I judged a contest at a local festival.
I heard about this.
And I probably shouldn't say which one because I don't need like a rogue pie maker after me, even though she had no idea what I
like hate mail.
Yeah, like you ruined my life. You're gonna get
you're gonna get doxxed.
So I did that, and I was like really excited about it. And I will say, the commentary from the other judges makes it hilariously entertaining.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of different things to try.
Uh-huh.
There was, I think 30, maybe even closer to 40 items.
You're going to have to out yourself on this.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
just
not
going to be a good story unless you say.
No, it's fine.
No, I think you need to say.
Let's just say it's a dessert competition. All right, with one specific ingredient.
Yeah.
And so there was like 40 things that we tried. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea how you get over it halfway through. Like you're tired of trying things.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, I don't want to take another bite.
I'm having a hard time not outing you here.
I don't want to have another bite.
Just because I'm going to respond and I'm going to say the word.
Well, probably fine if you do out me. But it's like, I don't want to have another bite of pie or bread.
There we go. There it is. She said it.
It was pie. Well, pie, but the ingredient in the pie. But the pie or the bread or the cake, and there were some jams. And I was like,
it was the same kind of pie?
Same kind of one ingredient had to be in every single thing.
Oh my.
So there was the pie category, but there was the 4 categories of pies, like youth pie, whatever. And then there was the jams and jellies, and then there was the breads and cakes made from this one ingredient.
I see.
You guys could put the pieces together if you wanted to. Look, Vicky. Vicky figured it out.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not going to install that update right now.
No, we're going to.
Sorry, no software updates right now, Apple. So, then I just said it. I was talking about the computer.
You said it again.
I know. I was talking about the computer. So anyway, you get tired of it, and no joke, I hit this weird sugar carb buzz about halfway through, and then I kind of started feeling like hungover.
Were you eating like the whole piece, the whole piece, or just like a bite at a time? Yeah.
It was a small bite of each item.
That's 40 bites of apple pie, though.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that. You eat a pie and, maybe 5 bites. I don't know, depending on the size of piece of pie.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
you had like 8 pieces of pie.
Probably,
so like maybe 2 whole pies worth. Wow, yeah, that's impressive.
It was hard. But the commentary from the other, because some of these were seasoned judges, right? This is the first time I'd done it. And me and I'm going to call him the young gun, the younger, like 24-year-old guy that was judging with us. It was obviously his first time judging too. I mean, it was hilarious. You could make a TV show based off of.
Let's do it.
Judges. Food competition. Food competition judges. Yes, we're going to make a TV show based off of it.
I'm going to do that.
So anyway, I've never done that before, and I mean, it took me a while to recover. I'm not going to lie, because I like desserts and I eat them, but I am not like someone to sit down and eat 2 pieces of pie person.
Have you ever eaten a whole pie? Just
Good
like
Lord,
an entire
no.
pie?
No.
Okay.
My mom made an apple pie once, though, that I could have, but it would have. But no, I've never eaten a whole pie. No. Okay. No.
Well, bucket list. Something to strive for.
But the festivals were very busy this weekend. It was a happening. Southwest Missouri goes nuts during the fall. I mean, because it's just like fall festival.
Oh, and that's fun. And we've got the Fall and Harvest Festival coming up here in Rogersville.
Yeah, and I want to say her market is this Saturday. I think.
Is it?
I think Market in the Park is this Saturday, and that's where she's doing. You can take swings at the old car. It's like you bash an old car. But yeah, it's coming up on Saturday.
There's usually a significant liability issue involved in bashing old cars because you have pieces flying off into the crowd.
Pieces flying? I have no idea.
So that'll be...
Watch out for shrapnel.
I'll have to go hand out some T-shirts, cards, and pocket knives.
I think when you do that, I don't know. Anyway, and she's doing, she invited people to
sign a waiver.
Their old cars and trucks if they'd like to be looked at, not bashed.
Not bashed. Okay.
Looked at. And then...
What if somebody just makes a mistake?
Boom.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you have insurance for, right? My mom got rear-ended the other day. This is funny. Speaking of insurance, my mom gets my mom did the old, I'm going to take a safer route.
Oh, yeah.
And avoid traffic.
Nope.
And so I'm going to go this way. And she stopped at a light. So she's just stopped at a light. Gets rear-ended. Mm-hmm. Person gets out. They're like, I can't believe this happened. I just got this fixed. And my mom's like, well, let me get your information. You rear-ended me. Because it was damaged, but not crazy damaged. Very drivable afterwards. And she waved him over, to another parking lot.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is the 3rd time this has happened. My insurance is going to go up. It's like, maybe your insurance should go up. You can't, you're rear-ending people.
Stop it.
Stop rear-ending people.
There's a pattern here.
My mom's like, my sunglasses flew off.
Oh, no.
She's fine.
That's good.
But isn't that classic, this day, 2022, I'm going to go this safe route in order to not
Wham.
get...
Nope. Not safer.
It's done. It's not safe at all. No safe. So, yeah.
So.
And then my mom's peach trees are ready.
Yeah.
She has these 2 peach trees. And they produce a lot of peaches. I mean, so much that it breaks limbs. It's always a deal every year. And then she tries to process, and then she always lets people come get some because, it's just ridiculous how many they produce. So we've been having it's peach party time too. So if you want some peaches.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good baking peaches.
Yeah.
They're not like, the peaches you get at the store. They're classic.
They're not cling peaches.
No.
Yeah, that's
the
good.
classic Missouri produce where you're like, I remember as a kid, you'd have apple trees and be like, I'm going to get an apple. And you're like, it's okay.
Yeah. That's because they're for baking.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put them in a pie.
Missouri produces fruit designed for pies and cobblers.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't need to just eat fresh fruit.
No.
You need to put some sugar and crust on this.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, Barry Retchloff swung by the house the other day. He one of his properties had a cherry tree that met its demise.
Went down.
And so he was kind enough to cut it up in some pieces, and he brought it over to the house.
That's nice.
I've got it in the barn, and we're going to let it sit there for about a year, and then we'll have some cherry wood for the smoker. So
that'd be delicious. Good job, Barry.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
I was thinking, I was remembering that Seymour used to have a lot of orchards, right? And I remember this now.
Hence
the Apple Festival. Yeah. And I remember you'd drive through Seymour and you'd see the orchards. And then didn't there used to be orchards all over Springfield too? I've heard that as well. I think that's the case too.
Hi, Beth.
Good morning, Beth.
Actually, my mom's side of the family, they had a bunch of peach orchards in Rogersville.
Really?
Right where the upper elementary is now, and the soon to be come and go, and all of that area. That was Ewing peach orchards.
I got to thinking about that because I'm like, we used to seem like to have a lot of orchards in this area. So did people just decide like, I don't really want to, because they always break. Those fruit trees have a hard time. An ice storm gets them good.
Their lifespan is relatively short.
Yeah. So I'm like, is that just something they decided not to do much in Missouri because it's too difficult, or it just got, everybody's doing it wherever?
I think like kind of everything else, you get your industrial fruit producers that are taking over the market, and it's too easy to go to Springfield and work at Kraft instead of, working your peach orchard.
They do make delicious cheese.
Yep.
Speaking of that.
Yep.
Highland Dairy.
Okay.
Do you like French onion dip?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, my favorite's chive dip, I'll be honest.
My friend Shanna's the same way. She's right there with you. I'll have to try the chive. It's been many years. So there's this ongoing, endearing joke about how amazing fod is, because it is amazing. Mm-hmm. And I had 2 years ago, I had the revelation that there's people, not just in the world, in the U.S. that have not had fod, because Highland's a regional thing.
Oh, I guess
they don't have Highland everywhere. So if you go out of this area, there's no fod.
Well, another reason to keep the wondrous awesomeness of Southwest Missouri a secret.
Yeah, and so Highland won grand champion off of fod at a dairy competition, like the World Dairy Expo, and I saw this over the weekend.
Man, now everybody's
gonna know.
Everybody's gonna know.
They're gonna know about fod.
All right, have you ever eaten an entire carton of French onion dip?
I've come close.
Grab a bag of Ruffles.
I've come close.
Carton of French onion and just polish off the whole thing.
I have come real close.
Oh, yeah.
Real close.
Multiple times.
I mean, fod is perfect. It's and you like chive.
I like the chive a little better. Yeah,
Highland produces perfect dips.
They really do.
But then Devin, he's been on before. He was the one that had issues with the advertising guy. And Devin came on way back in the day when we did the special on the guy that duped people on advertising. Yeah. Devin was one of those people.
Devin Whitty.
Yeah, Devin. So he's been on K-ROG before, and he works for Highland. And he said there's a new dip that I need to try, sassy salsa.
Really?
I think we need to sample it next week.
You heard it here first.
Sassy salsa.
Sassy salsa. Well, yeah, we should probably give that a try.
So, yeah.
We could get some waffles and some...
I wonder what happened to that guy.
I know what happened.
We'll talk about it after.
I mean, he's around.
He's around. He's doing his thing. Average. Not good.
Let it go. Let it go.
Brush it off. Elsa that stuff. Elsa it. Let it go.
Shake it up. Get a little.
So anyway,
T-Swift.
we need to try sassy salsa.
T-Swizzle.
From Highland. But yeah, no, the Highland is not everywhere. We're lucky to have them.
Well, we got that. We got cashew chicken.
Yeah.
We got, we're our own little perfect world. Right
and
here.
now Chicago or Illinois is like, hey, let's get rid of the cash out bond. And so I feel like everybody's going to come from Illinois. I feel like we're going to have another mass exodus of Illinois.
Well, yeah. Okay, well, it depends on who you're talking about, because
not the criminals can stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they will, because so what you're talking about is normally what we do around here and where most places does. If you get arrested on a crime, you typically have to post a bond if the judge will let you. and that is considered an accommodation.
So you get, let's go through the scenario. You get arrested for something like burglary.
Man, you've not been convicted. You've just been arrested.
You've been arrested
You're
for
in
burglary.
jail.
You get a court.
You get a court date. You get to see a judge within 24, 48 hours.
Of being in jail.
And that's what's called a bond hearing. And the judge can set a bond amount or bail amount. They don't mean the same thing, but everybody uses them interchangeably.
Okay.
So, and if you post that money, then you'll let you out of jail. And as long as you come back to court and make all your court appearances, even if you're guilty, you get the money back.
You get your money back.
That's only to secure your appearance in court.
So you don't I'm going to Mexico.
Yeah,
so you don't
technically that's bail. And how the system usually works is a bondsman posts the bail. They don't actually have to put the money up. They're like insurance.
10%.
They don't have to put any money up.
Okay.
The bondsman just signs and says, I'll stand surety that if they don't show up, I will pay the money in. They're a special category person. And you pay the bondsman 10% for them to do that.
Okay.
And
so you don't pay anything into the court.
No. The bondsman gets a fee, and the bondsman promises that you'll appear, and they're licensed and stuff. And that's where bounty hunting comes in.
Oh, yeah. I remember Dog the Bounty Hunter. Loved it.
If you're out on $1 million bail and there's a bondsman that you paid $100,000 to, he's stuck most of that in his safe, right?
Yeah.
And then if you jump bail, you don't show up for court, he's going to hire Dog the Bounty Hunter. Actually, what we'll do is put out and just say, whoever brings me this person, I'll give them $200,000. And they've lost money, or I'll give them $50,000 or whatever. But they're willing to do it because otherwise they're out $1 million.
Yikes.
So that's that business. That's how that works. But in Chicago, they've just said, we're not going to mess with that. We're just going to
Illinois, the whole state. Illinois. We're not going to do it.
We're just going to let everybody go.
So what the law enforcement is saying is crimes like burglary, second-degree murder, aggravated assault, all drug offenses, there's no cash bond.
What we call that is catch and release.
Yeah. And what they're saying, the police are saying is we're not going to arrest people because they're just literally going to get kicked back out. Holy cats, it's the first state that's ever done it. And it comes in act in January 2023, I think.
Yep.
And so then you combine that with Sheriff Cole said 2 weeks ago, whatever it was now.
Here. Truth in sentencing.
So, seriously, if you're a criminal and you don't mind being a criminal, that's not for me, right?
Right.
I like my life and my freedom, and I don't want to hurt people or steal from people. So if you're a criminal and you're like, I'm not going to get arrested probably. Or if I do, I'm not going to go to jail. If I do go to jail, I'm only going to go to prison for maybe a year or two. That's no big deal.
No big deal.
MBD. YOLO, right?
Yep, right. Bingo.
What the crap?
So, but honestly, you got to be glad that places like Illinois and California do stupid stuff like that. Because they'll attract the criminals, hopefully.
Well, go there. It's a lot easier.
We just need to be a hard target. And part of that is in the justice system. If you have judges and prosecutors and law enforcement that are willing to arrest, convict, and incarcerate folks, that helps. But, I think about this occasionally. If you are a burglar, like a home invasion burglar, I would be you got a much better survival chance in California than you do in Webster County.
I can't believe you honestly. Usually when people are breaking into homes here, they are really high on drugs because I think everybody has a general, and we've had this issue with some property that we own where there's some people who aren't from here who have land around it who don't understand the fact that you can't come on someone else's property. We grew up, and I've already taught my girls this at a very young age. You go on someone else's property, you can get shot and die because we protect our property here, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of that comes not just from, the wanting to be gun owners and supporting the Second Amendment. It comes from the fact that when you're in a rural county growing up, you pretty well know there might be one police officer or two on duty or highway patrolman or sheriff's deputy at a time. And so you have to take care of yourself, not assuming that somebody's going to show up and take care of you.
Right.
Right? That's where that comes from. And I think people are misconstrued about where that comes from.
Yep.
It comes from, I'm going to take care of my stuff. And hopefully I don't ever need assistance from law enforcement. But if I do, I hope they show up at a reasonable amount of time.
Well, I think that's a big misnomer when you talk about things like that. The primary function of police and law enforcement is not to stop crime in progress. They
No.
can't. I mean, that's impossible.
How could they?
It's to hopefully deter by their presence. But really, they're just investigating and trying to capture people and clean up after the crime has happened. And that means the damage has already been done. So if your goal is to stop the damage, you have to do that yourself. There's really no other option.
Yeah.
Is to be prepared, capable, trained, experienced to stop the problem.
There's a good chance you're going to be met with a gun if you burglarize somebody's house here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and like I said, usually the people you hear about, like these crazy situations where they broke into multiple homes and get in a police station, usually they're really high on drugs.
Right.
And I mean, it's just like, holy cow.
Well, most of the burglaries around here happen to unoccupied buildings, unoccupied homes.
They just get into your stuff, get into your barn, your shed, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and go, criminals.
Home invasions in a rural area in Southwest Missouri is stupid. I mean, it's you're asking for it.
Yeah, and I mean, they often do. It's not really unusual.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Yep.
Somebody gets blasted in a home invasion.
And it happens enough around here, you kind of don't even hear about it. Oh,
yeah.
Another burglar got shot. Yeah, it happens.
So, I mean, that's where it's like, I mean, if it makes sense, if you're a criminal, let's, but I also think these crazy laws that continue to get passed in other states are going to increase populations of hopefully good people in the middle of the country to get away from them. Mm-hmm. And because it's nuts. It's like, what planet are we on? Yeah,
as long as everybody remembers you're a refugee, not a missionary when you come here.
I saw that. Ozark County Times is a fun paper to follow.
Oh, is it?
It is. And they, Jesse's family's there, and that's where he's from. And so I follow their Facebook. And they occasionally put out interesting content all the time. But small newspapers are a hoot to me. I love them.
Yeah.
And Ozark County, I mean, it's good. And they did a story about California, Missourians going to California back in the day. And apparently there's a pretty big exodus.
Oh, tons.
Yeah,
tons.
because after the Civil War...
My mother-in-law was born in California.
Jesse's born in California. Same thing.
Yeah, a lot of my family had some California.
Jesse's side of the family literally migrated to California, and then a lot of them moved back.
We had some Washington.
Yeah. So they did an interesting story about the people who migrated back in the day, and some of them came back and some of them didn't. But it was these little paragraph blurbs about the reason they did and where they went and how it ended up, and it was incredibly interesting.
I bet it was.
It was a hoot. It was fun.
Yeah, you should find
and that. Some of those like, small town hill folks from Ozark County went out to California and just made a fortune. It was pretty cool.
And came back.
And then came back, and some of them didn't. And some of them, it was like, this is a really interesting thing. And I don't think a lot of people realize that unless it happened in their family, like it happened in Jesse's family. Because after, the Civil War and the Great Depression, it was kind of hard to make a living in this part of the world. And so off they went. Yeah,
this was early last century, early 1900s, kind of when all that happened.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty wild because, the Civil War was tough on this part of the world, right?
Yeah.
And it was tough not only was it the battles happened here, but families got divided here. Yep. And then you have the Depression and
in
that.
This particular part of the country, those battles didn't stop in 1865. I mean, we still had skirmishes and ball daubers and all kinds of stuff going on for decades after that, and fighting and feuding and fussing and
carrying on.
Yep, all that good stuff.
So that was kind of cool. Yeah, Ozark County Times is fun to follow.
Well, that's good to know.
I like it. And I don't think I get any crap from them about not having a subscription. I've never noticed it.
Okay, it's a little funny, isn't it? I don't know if you get this or not, but like the news leader from Springfield.
Terrible.
Have you been getting their ads like on Facebook?
No, I don't
They're
think
like 99% off if you'll just subscribe. Please, bro, I'm begging you.
Somebody get the paper.
Somebody subscribe to our newspaper, but it's like you can get 2 years for $2.
3 cents.
It's like, and the comments are just like, that's pretty expensive toilet paper still, I mean, it
would be tough to be in the newspaper industry right now.
I know,
right?
It would.
Because you see your death on the other side of the hill, and you just can't.
But especially when you're a local newspaper, but you're owned by USA Today, and so you've got these mandates coming down. You're going to run these stories. You're going to say this, And it's got an obviously liberal slant, and the people that work there probably don't mind too bad if you really
local newspapers should be able to be local newspapers.
But I mean, their flavor doesn't match their audience at all, and it's kind of hopeless.
Well, I mean that's probably one of the craziest things that's happened in the past 20 years is the big media outlets taking over the small town, news stations and newspapers. But hey, you're not buying us out.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Who's a big newspaper, like TV person? Like
Rupert Murdoch.
You're not getting us,
Murdoch.
Getting
us because we're not in it for the money.
Nope.
In fact, we're losing money right now.
Bleeding money right now.
Right now.
Because we want to talk about what we want to talk about.
Right.
So you can't do that.
Can't buy us out.
If you guys want to sponsor the Waffle.
We got a couple spots left.
I mean, we'll put your name up there.
Sure. We got a couple spots left.
Yeah, Murdoch, you slide me an envelope with a number, I'm going to be like, nope.
You're out.
Unless it's like $1 billion, and I'll be like, yeah, okay.
I don't know if Rupert Murdoch's even still alive.
Probably
he was a guy back in the day. Time Warner, they're buying everybody. Disney, you can't have us.
No Disney Plus. You can't have the Waffle.
You can't have it. We're keeping it all.
Although I would like to see us in animated form. That'd be fun.
Well,
we kind of did.
Yeah, I was going to say
on the intro
and the outro.
But I mean, like operating animated form.
Oh boy, good times.
Holy! See, we don't even need a third person. We can just ratchet.
We don't even need a topic. Okay, last thing because we got to go. But I'll just ask you this: did you ever watch the Goldbergs? Was that ever a show
I did watch the Goldbergs and enjoyed it very much, and then I got tired of it.
I know. You know what? I couldn't help myself. It was a fun show. I really liked it.
It was a great show.
It's about 2 seasons. I mean, it jumped the shark a couple of seasons.
So
a while ago.
In the thing you shared there with the dad wasn't in the poster. Is he still around?
Oh, you don't know about that.
I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while.
So the actor that plays Murray is Jeff Garland.
Yes, Jeff.
So
my name is Jeff.
Apparently he got Me Too'd.
Jeff got canceled?
He got canceled. So some people were like, oh, he tells inappropriate jokes and we don't like him. And he's kind of huggy.
He's a comedian. And
he's kind of huggy. And so they canceled
So
him.
is the Joe Biden.
You went there. Proud of you, Lauren.
It's visible to everyone on
pretty
TV.
Much so yeah, they canceled him. And so actually, if you go back and watch like Erica's wedding, he's not really there. That's CGI. There's a couple of those last couple episodes from the last season that they're showing him. He's not really there, and I didn't notice it until I read the article. And then I go back and look. I'm like, oh yeah, that's creepy. That's really weird. And you never see him talk, but you hear his voice because they've
couldn't they have just killed him off or something?
Well, and I think that's probably what they're going to do because they have another season coming out, which is ridiculous because the show's over.
Shows get weird as the kids get old. In my opinion.
Yeah, and they should have canceled it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, but in real life, that he died. In real life,
he did die.
He did die in real, when they were fairly young, and Beverly ended up remarrying. So, no, the real Murray Goldberg died fairly young.
Oh, in the show, not the actor that played.
No. The real life Murray Goldberg, who was a doctor, by the way, not a furniture salesman.
Oh, that's right. I forget that it's actually based on the brothers or brother wrote it. I forgot that.
Yeah, it's based on real. Adam Goldberg writes the show.
I forgot that was based on real people.
And he had 2 older brothers. There was an Eric, not an Erica. He didn't have a sister. So
yes, that's right.
Wow, I know way too much about this.
It is a great show. We started watching it. I can't remember when that was, but
it's over. It's over.
We lost interest when I want to say
Pops died.
I don't remember.
That was a blow to the show.
It's been a while since we watched episodes.
Yeah, when George Segal died and they had to write Pops out, that was a bad deal. That was a bad point.
I like the blonde lady that plays the mom. She cracks me up. Back from the Reno 911 days. Yeah. Did you ever watch that show?
No. Oh! I don't know, but the best characters are kind of gone. Pops and Murray are kind of my favorites.
When the kids get old, it just loses its...
Yeah.
Every show is like that.
Well, at this point, Adam, who was like a 5th grader when the thing started, has now graduated high school. The actor's like 35 or something. I don't know.
And he's it loses its.
Erica's pregnant. I just don't care.
At the most, shows have about 5 good years, in my opinion, and that's sometimes pushing it.
7 often works. I think this is like 8.
We finished Better Call Saul. Have you watched that?
I've started it a time or two, but I've not. Yeah,
it's a good.
I know,
solid conclusion.
Yeah, I know. I need to be in there and on the loop.
So anyway, and there's several shows that we're watching right now. We're watching The Bear, which is
that was awesome.
The Bear.
Watched it, loved it.
One of the funniest, the birthday scene, where they put Xanax in the kid's punch on accident, and they Xanax the birthday party.
In The Bear?
Yes, this happens in The Bear. Apparently zoned out. Anyway,
well, I binge watched it like boom, the whole thing real fast, so I may have missed that part. But.
Oh, we're losing audience members. Just like stop talking about shows we haven't seen.
Okay, well. The ending of Lost was terrible.
There's several shows I want to watch right now.
I almost sued Lost because of
oh my God.
I had a whole legal theory on why I could sue them.
You should have. That would have been fun. I mean, it probably would have tied you up in court for a while.
Well, I think I would have made a name for myself.
I think so.
But they promised. Now, here's my theory. They promised. No, they did. They got in there. The producer got in there and says, we're going to answer all your questions. Yeah. Keep watching. And they didn't. So I gave them my time in reliance on that promise from which they profited money, and they broke their promise. So I think I have a legal claim, but the statute of limitations probably run at this point.
Game of Thrones totally, just, I can't say that word, messed it up at the end too.
Did they?
They just crapped it out. Which, I mean, anyway.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today.
Thank you guys.
I think we'll go on about our day, but see you later.
See you.
Bye.